Pro Stock Racing, the factory hot rods, Joe Satmary against Randy Humphrey. Humphrey from Long Beach, California. Satmary out of Maryville, Indiana. Chevrolet versus Mopar. The RPM climbing at the starting line and a red light for Randy Humphrey. He knew he had to take a chance on the Christmas tree. Joe Satmary with an easy win. 8.73 seconds elapsed time. 154 miles an hour. Round number 2 racing in Pro Stock. The M&M boys, Baskin and Manarino. Andy Manarino doing the driving. Frank Iaconio from Totowa, New Jersey in the far lane in the Chevy Monza. Manarino from Livonia, Michigan drives an American Motors Hornet. But it's Iaconio on this run. 8.71 seconds at 155 miles an hour.
Dino Don Nicholson of Orange, California at the wheel of the Ford Mustang, and what a story here. Earlier this season, Dino Don and Ronnie Sock ran into each other. That's right, they collided on a racetrack. Both cars were totally demolished. The drivers A-OK, but Nicholson having to go back to his earlier Ford Mustang. It's a couple of years old, but the driver is 52, and he's still right in there with the best of them. Against him, the winningest Chevrolet of Frank Iaconio and Ray Allen, and it's a whole shot for Frank Iaconio, and he extends his lead at the finish. Iaconio wins it 8.66 seconds.
Here are the finals of Pro Stock. Bob Glidden, #1 in the world last season. In fact, he has been the world champion 4 out of the past 6 years. Has brought out a Ford Fairmont here in the middle of this season and is challenging Ware and Morrison. The Lee Shepard-driven Camaro has been in the winner's circle 3 times thus far this season. And Bob Glidden trying to put a halt to it. A bit of a hole shot going to Shepard. Can the Camaro hold on at the finish line? We'll find out in just a couple of seconds. No, it does not. It is Bob Glidden. 8.53 seconds.
Out of these full-bodied race cars. The staging procedure just about completed. You hear the RPM starting to come up, and it is Bruce Allen out first. Dipsy Hardy having some problems. Allen continues to extend the lead, and at the finish line, it is more than a couple of car lengths for Bruce Allen.
Enjoying himself at this 30th annual U.S. Nationals. Here are 2 gentlemen that are enjoying themselves. Warren Johnson in the near lane as the Pro Stock final unfolds with the Oldsmobile, his mount. On the far lane, the Ford Thunderbird of Bob Glidden. Johnson has won the last 2 NHRA national events this season. Bob Glidden is the defending champion at the U.S. Nationals. A bit of a psychological staging war going on between the 2. Starter Buster Couch signals to Glidden. Roll it in. He does, and the tree is green. Both cars off the mark, and it is Warren Johnson with the lead. He extends it at the finish to a half a car length, and the Oldsmobile of Warren Johnson wins the U.S. Nationals title. Warren Johnson with an outstanding performance of 7.63 seconds. His speed over 181 miles an hour. The winner here into the final round. Haldeman in the near lane, in the Dodge, the Pontiac in the far lane, Jerry Ekman. And Ekman red lights. Darrell Haldeman, 7.297, 188 miles an hour.
Warren Johnson over the far side, Bob Glidden over here. The 2 old warriors, they hate each other. Everybody knows that, and they had a staging battle supreme.
I guarantee you they did not gain any favor in either one's eyes as they sat there and sat there and sat there until eventually they staged, and
Bob Glidden cut almost a perfect light.
more than enough to beat Warren Johnson as the Gliddens celebrated.
Competition. There's Richie Stevens back up against Alan Johnson. Told you the drag races were a very resilient bunch. His dad Roy watching on, and Alan Johnson coming back from that horrendous crash in Gainesville would take on Richie Stevens in this championship round. And what a way to rebound for the Mopar Dodge machine as Alan Johnson comes all the way back to get the win.
Between Terry Vance and Superbike Mike Keat out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. All the fans here in Gainesville rooting away for Superbike Mike. but he's going to have a tough competitor with Terry Vance. Not only is the national champion, but he has seen that outstanding 862 just a round earlier. And look at Terry Vance pull away. Terry Vance wins it, your Pro Stock Bike champion.
As we said, in the near lane is Devine, 4 lane is Bernard. Bernard trying to make it 2 wins in a row here at Indianapolis on a cloudy day, but it's very cool. The engine should perform at their very peak. Staging very carefully with the bikes. They're ready. A fantastic reaction time by Bernard in the 4 lane. He's got a huge lead. Can Devine make it up? No, and that makes Jim Bernard's dad Skip very happy. A 781 to a losing 792. Best speed to Bernard, 171 miles an hour. But how about the reaction time? 9 thousandths of a second away from a perfect flight.
Myers is out first with the best reaction time by less than 200ths. Maintains the lead all the way. Takes a win.
Going to beat Lance Boyer in the near lane. Oh, and he doesn't get it. Byron Hines has something happen right on the starting line. You saw him look down. Can he catch Boyer? A huge upset. Lance Boyer with a 796 defeats Byron Hines. 798, 169 for the winner, 168 for the loser.
The final put Mark Osborne against Todd Patterson for Team Mopar, but this was not to be the Dodge's day. Osborne got the trophy and just about everything else. And since the folks from Holly put that money up on Saturday, NHRA would match it if Pinella could come up and double up on Sunday. Actually, another $10,000 bonus. He had Dale Eaton in the Atsco Dodge truck in the far lane. Hey, Bob Pinella, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Deposited a whole bunch of money in the bank on Monday.
Winner gets bragging rights, not just till February, but forever.
Marty, I was walking in the pits earlier and talking to Mike Coughlin. He was telling me that when he flew over here, his goal was to win this race. He was thinking this, like you said, this is the last time because the Pro Stock truck class is going away. It's going to be reclassified. He said the most important thing for him right now is to win this race.
Mike Coughlin had already tallied 5 career national event wins in the class when the series headed for the final event of the year, the NHRA World Finals in Pomona, California. Mike earned a permanent place in NHRA history that weekend when he took his Jegs high-performance Chevy S10 to his 6th NHRA winner's circle, defeating Craig Eaton, John Lingenfelter, Todd Patterson, and Craig Stanfield along the way. Mike ended his Pro Stock truck career on a high note, having scored 6 event titles, including 2 at the prestigious U.S. Nationals, and racing to the win at the final Pro Stock Truck National event in history.
Way to go,